Alright gang, welcome to a brand new series on Alone in the World. Now, the premise for this series is that we are doing a Pioneer Challenge. What that means is we have come to an island that has been abandoned and have been given what is actually on the actual island itself. But nothing works. We have got to get everything up and running and working. We start with $25,000. I'm going to actually have my months set to June, even though it's August right now. I'm going to have everything set to June, and it's going to stay at June the entire time. And this is a three-part challenge where there's going to be a step 1, a step 2, and a step 3 that we have to complete in this challenge. But before we get into that, let's do a big tour here of the actual farm itself. So, starting out here, obviously I've got my nice little Fendt 2-in-1V Vario. There's a reason for that. You might have saw it on the way in. We have a Pioneer Silo, which, for the Pioneer Challenge, seemed like a perfect opportunity to place this down. I actually believe Krusty's using the same thing, but I had kind of put this down before I saw his episode 1 of his setting everything up. We have this old barn that's kind of falling apart. It's a mess. There's all kinds of stuff in here, but it is a barn nonetheless. We have a Eero Grapevine Model 7200. Pretty excited about that. I have yet to use that. That's a DLC that you could buy. I have yet to use that. There's a part of an actual field here that has been made. It's a very small field, but it's there nonetheless. Let's walk back this way. We've got our house here, which obviously has boards up all over it, so we're going to have to take all those down and get inside there if we can. It might just be shutters, but it's been boarded up at least for now. Lots of wood left over, though, so that's good. We have a basic horse pasture, just an open-air horse pasture here. As a matter of fact, where's my horse at? I don't have a horse yet. We need to get a horse. Let's get a horse in here. Which side is it on? I thought it was here. Maybe I'm on the wrong side. I guess I'm on the wrong side. I thought it was there. It must be over here. Oh yeah, loading zone's down here. What kind of horse do we want, gang? Let's go with the gray horse. So we have a horse. There he is. I don't know what his or her name is, but Jester. So we got that. We got our house. I'm going to go into well, the best I can do for a bird's eye view here for the next portion here, gang. We have a grain mill with a nice track leading back to it, but it's far away from where our actual main barn and operation is, but a nice grain mill here. And then finally, the stuff that you saw on the way in. We have 6 grapevines here. Now, they're not very long grapevines, so we're going to have to expand that out a little bit, but nonetheless, that is one of the things we do have. That's what we start with. Now, the rules for this series are a little bit different than what we typically would do. So, long story short, you're not allowed to lease anything until you are debt-free. We start with a $250,000 loan that we have to pay off. We only have $24,200 left now that we bought the horse. Loans are not allowed. Fermenting silo is not until you're debt-free, so I can't use the grass fermenting silo like we did in the 200 horsepower challenge. Cannot use that until we're debt-free. Unreal power, it has to be reasonable, but for me, I'm probably going to not use a whole lot of real Unreal stuff for the most part in this series. Open-air greenhouses, open-air gardens, basically, those are not allowed. Only single-crop greenhouses are allowed, no multi-crop greenhouses. You can buy other sell points to place on the map, but realistically, I'm going to try to utilize all the ones that are on the map and only put ones down if it's not on the map. And there are 3 stages, like I mentioned, and then there are bonus challenges as well, which we're going to attempt to do. So here's how it's going to work. So stage 1, which is what we're in now, we have to buy 2 more of each. We have to buy 2 more animal pens, so regardless if it's chickens, sheep, cows, pigs, whatever it is, 2 more animal pens, and we have to get 2 more storage sheds. We have to pay off our debt, so $250,000 is a lot, and we have to sell $25,000 worth of flour. So that's where the grain mill will come into play back here, right? So that's stage 1. When we complete stage 1, we're going to go to a stage 2, which I'll bring these back up again once stage 1 has been completed. Stage 2, we have to buy a second plot of land and then buy a second grain mill. So if we go to the map here, I'll show you kind of what the map looks like. So we're right here in the middle. Very, very big plot of land, honestly, that we have. We have to buy any of these other plots. I probably won't count 3 because that's where the shop and everything is, but anything that's not 3, we have to buy another plot of land. I think they're all the same amount. Well, no, they're not. So something to the south would be a little bit cheaper, so we could get this one, you know, a little bit cheaper to get. So that is stage 2. Now, stage 3, we have to build a second improved farm. So we'd have to have 2 farms we're running at the same time. We have to have all animals placed down with the exception of horse. We already have one. This is the only one we have to have. And we have to sell $50,000 worth of flour at that point. Now, there are side challenges, which I already mentioned. These side challenges are by 3 to 5. I'm going to shoot for 5, honestly. Productions to produce animal feed, such as TMR, hay, etc. So we have to get 5 different productions that will help us with animal feed. Might end up only being 3 now that I say that. I think I might have a hard time getting 5, but I'm going to see what I can do as far as getting 5. But that's the rules for this series. So basically, we have inherited an island that has an abandoned farm on it with 1 horse, and we have to figure out a way to make this work. We have to figure out a way to make some money, and we have to figure out a way to survive. The difficult part here is the fact that we only have $24,200 now that I bought the horse left to our name. And we really don't have anything that we can do right now. We don't have a drill or cultivator. We have nothing to expand this field. We don't have anything to drill the field. We don't even have anything to work on the grapevines, right? We need to get the sprayer, or all the other stuff that we have to get for the grapes, which is the main reason why you didn't see as much of the grapes as I had initially planned at the end of 200 horsepower challenge. But I think this is going to be a fun challenge. I really do. So let's take a quick drive here. You also saw that my track in was extremely bumpy, so we're going to have to work on that a little bit too. But let's take a drive up here to the mill. Let's look at the mill a little bit more, and then we'll make our decision there. Now, we've got to get something for the horse here. We've got to get... there's one other thing I didn't show you. We've got to get a water tank so we can give him some water, and we got to get him some food, which means we're just going to have to buy a bag outright because we're not going to have anything for a while. But here's our mill, our grain mill. Pretty nice grain mill, honestly. Nothing crazy. It's just a basic grain mill, but still pretty nice in my opinion. There's that. Now, one thing we do have a plethora of is trees. So, we should make good money off those trees, right? That should help us out tremendously. The final thing I didn't show you, which you're gonna see right here. Well, you probably already saw it. I've got a water tower there, so I'm able to fill up water for the animals right here, which is nice. It's an old water tower that's attached. Well, it's not attached, but it's almost attached, I guess, to the old barn. I wish we could sell the stuff that's in the old barn. We could make some money off of that, but nevertheless, we need to head back to the shop. We've got to find a trailer or something so we can get work going here. We've got a lot of things to accomplish here. Here's our grapevine. As I said, we will likely expand this grapevine out, honestly. My vision is to kind of keep this whole section here grapes for the most part. Maybe kind of cut it off here, and have some shorter vines as we get closer to the road there, or the track there. That's my vision, at least. But we need to expand these out for sure, because that's really not that many grapevines. Now we've got to buy a trailer of some sort so we can start getting these trees. We'll probably have to get an axe or a saw or something as well. I probably will go with the axe approach. The axe is much cheaper, and man, that road is terrible. This road's terrible. Really needs a lot of work. I know it's bad down here too, which you guys didn't really get to see on the intro here, but it's bad over here too. So, well, there you go. So I'm bouncing all over the place. And I have this little tiny tractor, so we've got to be careful with this tractor, right? Because this is a tractor that's really utilized for grapes. It's not really to be utilized for other things, but we're going to utilize it for it as long as we can use it. So this is the main area here. This is the shop with a nice dock and everything for shipments and things like that. So let's go into the shop here and let's see what we can find as far as a trailer goes for this. Alright gang, so I decided to go the approach that we have utilized previously in other playthroughs, but we're going to try the winch approach. Now, this means that we're going to have to winch tree logs really far. I was thinking about doing the trailer, but then I thought, well, once I do the trailer and everything else, I don't know, I might as well just winch them down here at this point, right? So we're going to give it a shot. If it ends up not working as well as I wanted it to, then I guess we'll take a little bit of a loss and sell it, I suppose. Now, the problem with this is I really don't know where my line is on this map. I have to kind of guess, right? It doesn't really give me, you know, an outline on the map. So, I think we're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there. So, somewhere in here, and while I like these trees, I think I'm going to start with these here that are out in the open and then kind of head up into our forest area. I don't know if I want to go into this one first, though. I might go, like, down here, potentially, and then maybe over in here and over in here. I might keep these for a while. I kind of like that barrier near where our main yard is, and kind of save that for the end, and once we have a little bit better idea of how our yard's really going to play out, if that makes any sense, right? If I'm able to wait on taking those down, I might not be able to. I might have to take them down, you know, for money purposes or whatever, but if I'm able to, I don't know, save a little bit of time by not knocking those down now, knocking them down later when I have a better idea of how I want things set up, when we have more money to play with. I think I'm going to at least attempt that approach, I suppose. So this is a very, very big spruce tree here. I don't suspect that we're going to be able to pull the whole tree. Maybe we can, but regardless, we should cut it in half, though, to make a little bit more money off of it, right? So I really don't know how far. I don't get the option to tell me how far, you know, how long that cut would be. I know on PC you guys have that ability to see a little bit better. Perhaps there's something out there that I'm missing, but I'm gonna try that and just see what it looks like. 14.9 meters. I think it's supposed to be 9 meters is really what we want, so it's a little bit too long. But well, you know, we'll go with it. We'll see what we get. Now, the trees on this one, they really don't fluctuate too much, which is a good thing, I suppose, right? I'm going to try to move these out of the way a little bit. Now, I don't want to do a whole lot of this tree work for you on this series. I mean, I'll do some of it here at the beginning because we're starting out, and that's what we have to do, right? But I don't want to do a whole lot of it. And the reason more than anything that I decided to go this approach with the winch is because I think the winch, doing the winch for the trees is a lot, well, what am I trying to say? It's easier to watch than chopping them down by hand and picking them up and moving them around. I think it's better quality content to watch, I guess. It's not so, it doesn't make you sick as much, if that makes any sense. At least that's how I feel, at least. It could be wrong, that statement, but that's how I feel. Let's push that back that way, and then we'll try to push these up to it. And we'll see if we can get all three. I don't suspect we're going to be able to, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Perfect. Now, this Fent, I don't know if it's the highest one that you can get out of Mod Hub, but I know it's a lot higher than the Landini, that they want you to use if you go into the menu and you select grapes, and it'll tell you what you need. It seems to be able to pull it no problem at all. Might even be able to hook more up. Huh. All right, well, that's working better than I expected. Okay, where the heck do I go with this stuff? Because I don't even know where I'm going here. Wood, here we go. Biogas plant. Down there. Okay, well, let's head on that way and let's see what we get here. I'm hoping this is a decent amount of money, because if it is, we're going to be already starting off well on our path to getting the stuff we need here to get the farm going, like a cultivator, a sprayer for the grapes, all the other stuff we need for the grapes, right? The good thing is that we don't have to really worry about cultivating or anything like that right now. At least we shouldn't. That should only be after we harvest them the first time. And hopefully by then we've got some money incoming, right? This is a fun map, though. I like this map. These are the maps we all like to do. The guys and I, as I like to call us, right? The guys that do all these challenges together, that always join into the challenges and do them. These are the ones we like, where it's just, you can create your own stuff at your own farm, you know? Kind of open to your imagination, more or less, right? See if I can try to line this up a little bit better. I don't know if it'll give us any more money or not, but we'll attempt it anyway. Alright. So where's the trigger for this now? Now I don't know where that is. Oh, it's right there. Okay. $2,218. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Not fantastic, but not bad. I mean, it's going to take us a number of trips here to make some money, because we've got to pay for the winch now, just to get ourselves back to 25 grand. While we're there, we might as well take a look and see if there's anything in the used market. Oh, there's a New Holland out there, but that is pretty much what we currently have. Well, I mean, besides the fact that it's not skinny. I mean, the one we have is pretty nice, 114 horsepower. It's the real deal, man. It's the real deal. Things we need, though. We need a cultivator. Probably need a sprayer too for the grapes, right? But we need a cultivator at minimum. I'm not as concerned about the first pass with the grapes not being as good as it should be. I'm not as concerned about that. I can hold off a little bit on that, I think. To do cultivators, here we go. Now, there are some that allow me to create a field, these small ones. This is really what we're looking for. 90 horsepower, so we can definitely do that. We can't go any higher than that, but we can definitely do that, and it's only 12 grand, so we could technically buy that right now. We wouldn't be able to put anything in the ground, but we could technically buy that right now. But a lot of what I'm probably going to be doing for a significant portion here at the beginning is probably mostly off camera, right? I'm going to be knocking these trees down and just carrying them to the shop over and over and over again, and I don't really necessarily want to do, like I said, a ton of that on camera for you, because I just don't think it's the best content. So we're gonna do a few of them though, but then after that we might see where we are as far as money goes, and maybe buy the cultivator. And then between this episode and the next episode, I can spend some time knocking a lot more trees down, because I've mentioned it many times before. I mean, Farm Simulator is repetitive anyway, but I think everybody universally agrees that woodworking stuff is probably the least enjoyable to watch. So I'll try to spare you from that and do some of it off camera between now and the next episode, if that makes sense. I'm telling you, winching is the way to go, man. I don't seem to see a lot of the other guys that do these challenges with me do winching very often. They always seem to go about it I'm going to say the old-fashioned way. It's not really the correct terminology. They just go about it cutting it down and then try to pick them up with forks and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like this is so much easier. And better content, like I said. This one's a little bit smaller, so we'll see what we get out of this, and then maybe we'll buy the cultivator and get working on, making that field that we have a little bit larger. Now, the problem with buying the size of the cultivator we're going to buy is it's not a very large cultivator. It's going to take a while if we want to expand that. Now, I think the best approach here, at least early on, is to go about it kind of like we're doing the Mazzo series to an extent, where the fields we're doing are smaller-ish fields, small, medium to small size fields. I think that's the approach to take here, since our equipment's going to be small for a while. I think that it's just better overall. It doesn't take as long. You're going to get things done much easier when you have a lot of things to do, which inevitably will happen at some point. So I think that's the approach to take. 1957. It really wasn't that big of a difference, actually. Alright, not bad. We're up to 20 grand. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this back, drop this off at the barn. I will go down and get a cultivator, and we'll start cultivating the field up. Now, we're probably not going to drill anything today, but in the next episode, we certainly will look to fit a drill, because we should have more money incoming, because, like I said, I will take out most of these trees. At least the spruce ones. I really don't think I want to touch the elm trees right now. They are just a pain in the ass to move. So I think I'll wait on those in hopes that maybe in the future we can get some kind of, whether it's the tree devour mod or something else for wood chips, because that's the best way to do those, in my opinion. Right or wrong, that's my opinion on it. I'm going to set this here by the boat. Alright, I'll head down there, get a cultivator for us. I'll head back up here, and we'll get going. Alright, we have extended the field. The first field's done. It's a pretty decent-sized field, I'd say, at this point. We had to knock down that tree. There's going to be a stump in the way, but I think we'll be able to get around that mostly, for the most part. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad of a size here. We can obviously make a ton more if we look at our map here. Once it does a quick save, of course. You can see the square we made and how much land we have. We can truly make a massive, massive field. Multiple massive fields if we want to. But I think we may eventually expand in this field, actually. But something similar to this, maybe a little bit bigger, I think is our goal here. Having 5, 6 of them, something like that. I think that would be ideal, at least in this area here. But yeah, so there's that. So let's get that tree sold really quick, and then we've got to figure out some way. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have no clue how I'm going to do this, gang. We got to figure out a way to get food back here for the horse. This tractor obviously does not have the ability to do a front loader. So I'm going to have to find some kind of pallet fork that can stick on the back of it, potentially. I know there was one that I had utilized once before, I think. But it was used mostly for the gator, right? So I don't know if I can use that on this tractor or not, but I'm going to have to find something so we can pick up the bag of feed for the horse there. I'm not exactly sure how or what I'm going to do with that yet. I've got to think that through a little bit more. That's going to be a tough one. But he definitely is going to need food. So well, that's 8 meters. That's perfect. I couldn't do that again if I tried. .5. Yep. See, I told you I couldn't do it again if I tried. Okay, I can pick that up evidently. I actually was not expecting that, but we'll take it. Trying to meander my way here and move these around a little bit, but I think I'm making it worse. So let's just leave that there. Let's go back up into it, pick them up, and we'll see how it goes. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think we can make that work. This thing it's wobbly, this tractor. It's I mean, obviously it's not really built for what I'm trying to make it do, so that's part of the problem, but it is very, very much wobbly. All right. We'll see how this does. This one's probably going to be pretty heavy, but it seems to be doing okay. It's not going as fast as it could go, but it's going okay. Let me get this down there to the shop, and we'll see how much the sell point. We'll see how much we make off of this, and then we're going to have to see if we can figure something out for the horse. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I really don't. Alright, we just sold the wood for 3,370, back up to 12,187. So here's the options. Let me show you what we're dealing with here. I can go back out to Mod Hub and look again, but here's what we're dealing with. This is the thing I was talking about. I utilized this previously. I think I could utilize it again, but it's 10 grand. So here's my thought. Why wouldn't I just spend the extra 5, whatever it is, to get this plus the front loader attachment? Then we have 2 tractors. Even though this one is actually a weaker tractor than the other one, but this one at least has the front loader, so we could utilize that for, the initial stuff that we need the front loader for. 1629 means we need to sell probably another 3 or 4 trees, and then we would have to get pallet fork, which would cost us what? It shouldn't be that much. What's the cheapest pallet fork in here? We really don't need anything special. 1,700. Where's the other ones at? I know there's some cheaper ones than that. 900. 900 is probably going to be the one, I would think. I mean, I could just buy the bag handler, actually. That... I could just do that for $250 and save a lot of money until I need the forks. I don't know when I'll need the forks. It'll be once we start making wheat, right? Unless we just auto-sell it. But, I mean... I'm going to have to keep track of how many of those I sold, really, to beat these stages, right? I mean, how would I remember? I guess I could go back into the selling menu and figure it out, I guess. But yeah, that looks like that's the cheapest path. 800 for that one. That's not bad. Might as well just get that one at 800, right? So, I mean... let's get some more trees done. I was going to potentially just end the episode and, you know, say I'll get rid of some more trees, but I think we'd be dumb with that sitting out here not to get it. It's a second tractor. Eventually we can sell it, right, and upgrade once we get some more money, but it allows us to accomplish some stuff with the horse that we need to accomplish it with it now. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be stupid to not do it. I'm going to leave that tree there for right now. I don't know if it's actually going to stay or not, but I'm going to leave it for now until I kind of have a better idea of how I want our entrance to be set up. Let's start chopping down... We own this, right? Well, we own part of it. Let's start chopping down the trees over here in this little mini... I don't know, it's not even a forest, just this mini tree lot, I guess. Let's chop these down. And... yeah, let's go from there. Oh, okay. That one's not mine. And that one's not mine either. Key. That one is. Perfect. So I'll tell you what. Let me get some of these cut down, and I'll bring them up to the shop. I won't sell them. I'll just kind of bring them up there and line them up. And then once we get a bunch of them there, we'll turn the light on so we can probably see. We'll sell them together, see what we get as far as money goes, and hopefully we'll be able to buy that tractor, buy the front loader, and then hopefully we have enough money still to get the feed for the horse. And we really should probably ride the horse, but we do have 2 days, so don't forget about that. We have 2 days in this series, the way that we have it set up. It's set on one specific month, but we get 2 days per month. Alright, I'm going to have to just attach it and then try to pull it out, because it won't let me cut it in there. Matter of fact, this might be the best way to go about it. If I just pull them out like that and get them all next to each other, I can just cut them, and then I can attach them all together, basically, and then just move them out. That might be the best way to go, actually, now that I'm thinking about this. I might just learn something new. Let me get some of these cut down. We'll see where we're at. Sometimes my genius is almost frightening in my best Jeremy Clarkson voice. Let me get these back up there. Alright, this is the last tree. I couldn't get it on the last load there. It said there was too many trees attached, so I had to make a separate chip for this solo tree here, but they're all here. Hopefully, we get to 18,000, I'd be happy. I don't know if we're going to get that high, but I'd be happy with 18,000. I know I could make them a little bit smaller and maybe make a few extra bucks, but I think it's close enough. Okay, we got the 615, rather. So let's buy this first of all. As much as I would like to have a front weight on it, I don't think it's really necessary. To bump it to 1,000 horsepower, it costs us another $6 grand, so we'll have to do that another time. Oh, if I want to put Michelin's on there, I've got to. It costs me more money. Well, I guess we'll go with the trailer board for now then. I don't really want to, even though I like the wide tires and the weights and everything, and we'll probably need those here in a minute, but we should be able to get away with it for now. I'm not going to spend the extra money on beacons because we're on this island by ourselves. There's really no reason to, right? We'll put a quickie on there. What color do we want it to be? We got a purple. Oh gosh, it costs a lot more money. $6 grand just to change the color. It's $6,000 to change the color with the exception of 2. I can either do black or blue. I'm gonna go with the black. Alright, there you go. Front weight, no, we're good. 16,290. Oh, how much is the front loader, though? I forgot about the front loader. I don't think we have enough to buy the front loader. Means I gotta go get more trees. Nope, we do not have enough to buy the front loader. Oh boy. Maybe we should wait. And it goes onto that thing, dang. Maybe we should wait. Maybe I can find an even cheaper tractor. There are cheaper tractors out there. We don't need anything crazy. Let's hold off on that. Let's hold off on it. I made some more money for us today, but we'll hold off on it. We can buy it in episode 2, because it'll be day 2. So I should still be okay as far as the horse goes, since it's not moving on, right? 2 days per month. We should be okay. So I'll take this back to the farm. We'll call it quits there. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're excited for it. I think it'll be a fun series. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode. Man, this road needs to be fixed. It's not even my area. Gosh, that road is so bumpy.